Welcome to a 1v1 on Gleize Breakout. Haven't been to this map in a while. Be a nice change of pace. We've got Tightrope playing as US forces in the south versus Emiya Mulzomdao. I cannot even hope to pronounce that. Emiya Mulzomdao as Osther in the north, and he has fielded assault support, joint operations, and storm doctrine. Probably the three most similar looking commanders I've ever seen. They have the exact same little hat and shirt. Man, those are impossible to differentiate. I would never be able to get Storm over joint operations. At least assault support has like a little cigar, that helps.
We have a fresh grenadier.
And Tightrope has chosen Armor Company immediately and fielded no assault engineers. Might do it soon though. I assume that's his plan. And beginning into the game, they're simply going to spread out and take territory, and as usual, both players simply going with their core infantry squads. Riflemen taking the munitions there in the middle, making their way also towards the center VP. Rear echelon's going to do some capping on the flanks of the map, and Grenadiers making their way towards the right. And there it is. Assault engineers have been fielded, so we're going to see some flamethrowers and demo charges probably this game from the US player, and I definitely think that is a solid choice on this map. Rifle Company is probably a little stronger, but the Armor Company flamethrowers are certainly still flamethrowers. Nothing wrong with going with Armor Company on this map either, by any means. Pios are going to take control of the left side fuel, but the strategic point over here will be connected by the VP once it gets taken. And since Tightrope is focusing all of his infantry over here on the right side, he's actually a little bit vulnerable to this harassment. His rear echelon troops will not be able to win this engagement. So he's going to have to send something else over there to deal with that. MG42 has been fielded and gets inside of this building right here, which is a little vulnerable to flanks from the left, by the way. For now, he's simply going to engage these Grenadiers in the house with his riflemen and deny the right side munitions to his opponent. And as predicted, rear echelon troops forced away from the right side. They used to be able to win engagements like that, sometimes with volley fire. Now, really, they cannot at all. Unfortunately, so 20 munitions down the drain, really. Mortar makes its way up here into the road. Grenade gets tossed into that building, so that's pretty early grenade research by Tightrope to try and give him a further advantage in these urban engagements. Will slow its fuel income down ever so slightly if you were to choose to go for an M20, for example. But of course, he has access to grenades now. So far, doesn't do that much damage, although it almost destroyed the building. I'm not sure how durable this building is against grenades. Probably only 1 or 2 grenades away from being destroyed. And the Osther fielded a mortar to try and deal with US troops in buildings here or in cover. Grenadiers making their way to the front lines. We'll engage these riflemen from inside of this building. Grenade goes in, deals a pretty decent amount of damage, but no model losses inflicted. Still, squad's falling quite low. This squad takes 1 loss as well. And we'll simply hide behind the building for now. Possibly take up a position inside to allow this squad to pull back for healing. Rear echelon troops over here on the left side are going to get control of that fuel back, and this squad of Pios over here is just wreaking havoc on US territory, forcing the US player to trade rather than actually gain anything. Assault engineers making their way up the right side will take control of the victory point, probably also the strategic point over here. No flamethrower on those yet, since 2 grenades have been tossed, kind of slowing his munitions down a little bit. He will have enough for a flamethrower soon, though, since he's held both of the central munitions points for the entire game.
Someone get us out of here! Damn it! Keep your rate up!
Grenade goes into the building. Pios will force those rear echelon troops to retreat. Mortar, ooh, that was a really good hit. Mortar on that rifleman squad threatens to wipe it, although they rounded that corner really tight. And they should be able to get away just fine. Although if Grenadiers had been in this building instead of standing right there, they probably could have wiped that. Rifle squad. Ulster player a little slow to follow up on that opportunity. Meanwhile, on the left side, don't know if these assault engineers can win that engagement without a flamethrower, which he still has not upgraded. He's up to 78 munitions, so he's simply chosen not to get one. Maybe he's floating up for a demo charge. And he's gone with 4 rifle squads and assault engineers before getting an officer, although it looks like he just made a pretty big fuel purchase, which was a captain. So captain is in production after his 4 rifle and assault engineer opening. Lots of infantry being fielded here.
We're taking lead over here! Contact! Enemy infantry! We've got a captain hitting the field.
Rifleman is forced to retreat. Again, a squad gets away only by a hair and probably could have been wiped by another squad in the area if it had moved to follow up. Easily could have gotten that wipe. Another failure by the Ulster to capitalize on a huge opportunity. Assault engineers will maintain control of the right side fuel, and despite this huge opening by the U.S. forces of 4 rifles, a captain, and assault engineers, he doesn't seem to be having that strong of an early game. Getting shut down by that mortar. His grenades haven't really been connecting all that well. Struggling with MGs a little bit. Hasn't been forced to retreat by suppression yet, just mostly from good mortar hits. It's already got 9 kills. 9 kills on that mortar that early is a problem that needs to be dealt with. Assault engineers will be forced to retreat over there on the right side, and rear echelon troops are going to start taking territory over there on the left. I might even send the captain to get that territory under control because it's completely undefended. He needs to get it back as quickly as possible. We have a huge flank by those riflemen, though, circling around the north flank, coming in from the left flank simultaneously. That machine gun will be forced to retreat. Mortar will be forced to retreat. Beautiful execution by the U.S. player on that flank. If he could have tossed a grenade on those team weapons before they packed up, he might have even stolen them. We could see the machine gun get wiped here. It's going to be close. So close. Barely. He does wipe it out. Piles are available to recover, though. He's going to need to utilize grenades or smoke if he wants to steal that. Looks like he has no intention of doing so. Simply inflicting manpower bleed and forcing the retreat here. Meanwhile, his opponent has gone with a scout car against captains here. That's a huge mistake. He will really struggle to utilize that to any real effect. One squad of grenadiers has not retreated over here, and it has a ton of riflemen in his retreat path. He's going to need to get that out of there immediately. If he attempts to capture this fuel, it risks getting wiped if Tightrope moves his forces to cut off their retreat. Meanwhile, over here, rear echelons will actually get pushed away by the scout car. That is a target that the scout car can definitely handle. If I saw that scout car, I might even consider throwing down the light anti-tank mines with my assault engineers, since this is one of the few targets that those are pretty okay against. If you lay them in a little cluster of 3 or 4, you might get a lucky immobilization on it. He's not even paying attention. There he goes. That was a super late retreat. I'm pretty sure they're gonna get wiped. They didn't even make it around the corner. 222 moves up to engage here in the middle. Retreats the squad immediately rather than going with the anti-tank grenade. I feel that if he had got that anti-tank grenade off and then thrown the captain in this building, that scout car was probably dead. Decided to simply disengage and wait for a safer opportunity. Over here on the left side, Pios are taking all the territory back under their control. Tightrope has not lost any full squads yet, though. His opponent has. So he's doing a little tiny bit better on unit preservation. I think a lot of his squads have gotten away that shouldn't have gotten away. His opponent failed to capitalize on big opportunities. But he hasn't lost any full squads yet. But I feel like that situation could change any second. Stewart is in production to try and deal with that scout car. Assault engineers move up to fire their grease guns on the rear of that scout car, trying to protect that rifle squad a little. It looks like they're going to get away. They should be fine. Stewart on the field, ambulance on the field. Ambulance moving up to heal these riflemen. And the Stewart is going to make its way straight to the right side to kill that scout car. It's also got captain support. The Stewart only needs a tiny window of opportunity to take that thing out. If the assault engineers prove to be sufficient bait and the scout car sticks around long enough, that Stewart will have no problem destroying it, but it's completely disengaging. I'm thinking that he probably heard the Stewart coming through the fog of war, heard the bushes getting destroyed or whatever, but he hasn't pulled back that far. Assault engineers moving up here to take out these grenadiers, but the Stewart will reveal itself and that scout car will know that it absolutely has to get out of here if it doesn't want to risk being destroyed. Although the Stewart deciding to chase all the way into the base may still locate it. Stewart threatens to wipe this grenadier squad as well. No lucky shots though, not a single one. Barely any damage inflicted whatsoever. And he decides not to get too aggressive. And I feel that if he had chased into the base, he would have lost his Stewart, since an anti-tank gun is in production. So, pretty good instincts, I would say. Meanwhile, infantry engagement's not going well for the U.S. player. He's focusing primarily on his Stewart. Most of his forces here in the base, just getting some healing. And he has unlocked BARs for himself, purchased a lot of them, which means no flamer, surprisingly, and no demo charges. Almost makes me wonder if he just purchased these for their SMGs alone. They have a lot of utility beyond just their SMGs, all of which cost munitions. Got the demo charges, they've got the light anti-tank mines, and they got the flamethrower. But you're not really utilizing your assault engineers to their maximum potential if you don't use any of those abilities. But of course, BARs perform very well on this map, so that's not a bad decision by any means. And the scout car is going to make its way towards the left side. See if it can make something happen. Ooh, I think that was the first squad wipe. Yes, it was. Rifle squad gets taken out by a rifle grenade there in green cover. Meanwhile, rear echelon troops are getting pushed away by that scout car. These two squads of BARs, however, will shut down these Pyos. I almost kill them without even monitoring the engagement. There they go. Moving to react, Pyos will be forced to retreat. Rear echelons also forced to retreat. Stewart is receiving repairs on its engine, so it cannot respond to that scout car right now. And a couple of squads are making their way back out of the U.S. base to see if they can make something happen. Captain will be immune to scout car harassment as he takes control of the left side victory point, and the assault engineers have been sent back over to the right to see if they can do anything. He spent all of his munitions on BAR, so he cannot throw a demo charge down in the road, but again, if he wanted to put down some of those light anti-tank mines, he could.
Area is ours. The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points. Listen up, fellas. Armor ready.
I completely disagree with everyone in chat, by the way, that is saying the Stewart is bad. It's really not. He just got unlucky. Every unit can seem bad if you get bad rolls. Every unit. I mean, haven't you seen my casts where the Stewarts have gotten 30 or more kills?
Get your men covering the approaches. Objective secure.
And against the scout car, it's a perfectly logical and powerful decision. If you can get that Stewart into range even just for a second, it's dead. Shell shock will guaranteed kill a scout car, no question. Rifleman taking up position here in the marketplace, trying to hide behind this wall. He kind of wants to get an anti-tank grenade off, I think, but he can't really get in range. Exposes that rifle squad to a little bit too much harm, and they'll be forced to retreat. The Stewart is trying to make its way around north. I'm still not sure I agree that it's not as good as the T-70. The Stewart hits the field so much quicker, and it has shell shock and point blank whatever shot. Whatever that's called. Point blank engine shot. has so much more utility than T-70. At Vet 2, it has huge vision range, which is another nice feature. I think it's a pretty good light tank. The only thing I would change about it is its fuel cost is a little high. 70 is kind of high. But I guess that's just to counterbalance the fact that you can get it pretty early. If it didn't have a high fuel cost like that, you could get it really quick. Because it already hits the field pretty quick for a light tank. I think it's the quickest light tank to hit the field. So... maybe a small cost reduction, but other than that, I think it's pretty good. Grenade going out on that machine gun. Could see a wipe right here. That was close. MG gets away by a tiny sliver, and a mortar, I think a mortar wiped a rifle squad. It got wiped somewhere. He's gone from 4 rifle squads to 2, purchasing himself a new one now. He's got 145 fuel in the bank. He's got the CPs for an M10 if he so desires. Captain managed to take out the scout car over there on the left side, but the Panzer IV is going to be a much more significant threat. M10 is a little unreliable against the Panzer IV, to be honest. Ooh. So I'm not entirely sure I would endorse that decision, but if properly supported with Captain, if he can manage to nail it with engine damage, the M10 does have superior range, very good firepower, just bad accuracy and health. So, kind of comes down to how lucky you are with it in the M10 versus Panzer IV matchup, and of course you need to avoid your opponent's anti-tank gun and Panzerfausts. And Tightrope has gone captain tier, so he has access to anti-tank guns if he wants to level the playing field a little bit with regard to that. But that being said, he's also got the Stuart. Stuart is a very powerful anti-Panzer IV utility if you also have an M10, because the Stuart can stun the Panzer IV while the M10 moves up to do significant damage, and the Stuart can also damage the Panzer IV's engine if it gets behind it for the point-blank engine shot. Finally, we have a demo charge going down over here. We finally have some light anti-tank mines going down in the road, although I would encourage you to put anti-tank mines much closer to each other. By spacing them out like this, your opponent has a lot of time to react to the fact that he just hit a mine. If he hits this one, he'll hear the explosion and possibly stop his vehicle if he's paying any attention to what he's doing. If you put them in a really tight cluster, it will often be impossible to avoid further mines. You space them out a little far. I don't find it particularly likely that a tank is going to coast across all 3 of those mines. It could happen. I don't know, maybe I'll be proven wrong. If he can lure that Panzer IV over to the right side with his Stuart, that would be a big win. Oh, but he just lost his assault engineers, not paying any attention while he was micro-engaging over here on the left side. That's 3 squad wipes for him now. Oster player really equalizing the manpower game. Captain moving up to engage this Panzer IV, gets 1 penetration with his bazooka, a little bit of light damage. Rifleman will probably want to retreat. The Stuart will force a retreat over here on the right side, potentially luring the Panzer IV to an engagement. And a bulldozer has been fielded, will force a retreat here from the center as well. Panzer IV is about to make its way across this road. Stuart will try to lure the Panzer IV across the light anti-tank mines, but again, spread this wide. I'm not sure it's going to do anything. And the rear echelon troops actually got the Panzer IV to take this wide route because he wanted to crush those infantry, and now the Stuart is screwed. You should at least try and get a point-blank engine shot before it dies. There is no way to save this tank at all. M10 gets fielded as an emergency response, but I think that was kind of a mistake. One of the light AT mines gets triggered and does nothing. I'm not sure he even noticed that that was there. Oh, geez, and meanwhile, a mortar is wreaking havoc on U.S. infantry forces here in the center. Everything is going horribly. That being said, 400 manpower has been invested into fuel caches. Maybe Tightrope can bounce back a little bit thanks to that. He's still got his bulldozer available right here. If he can get some big kills, so far it's killed nothing. But if he can get some big squad wipes with that bulldozer, if he can utilize this M10 really effectively, might be able to turn things back around. But that Panzer IV is a pretty serious problem, and of course the AT gun being available to protect it will make it difficult to hunt and kill, especially with an M10. Over here on the left side, riflemen will get some territory unopposed. Grenadiers and piles making their way towards the left as well. Grenadiers will be forced to retreat by master riflemen on the left side, and the mortar has already begun firing on this area. Panzer IV moving to respond. M10's not really available anywhere to support. The bulldozer is making its way up the right side to push away that grenadier squad. Panzer IV now kiting riflemen to avoid engine damage, and will go right into that M10. Panzer IV gets a shot on the M10. No, Panzer IV only needs 3 shots against an M10 to destroy it, as far as I'm aware. Panzer IV misses its shot, though, and the M10 is now winning the engagement. One bazooka penetrates, it could go down. Oh, M10 misses its shot. Panzer IV is going to blitz to safety despite being 1 hit from killing that M10, which wants to chase. Bulldozer moves up to absorb its fire. M10 takes a long shot and it bounces. And I think that Panzer IV will get to safety. M10 will need to get some hasty repairs. AT gun moving up to screen just in case. Don't think that bulldozer is going to make any aggressive maneuvers. Rifle squad over here on the left side will get that munitions under control and continue making its way over to the VP. MG42, however, is being deployed to the general area. Bulldozer is going to move to simply defend the center. Captain will cap under mortar fire. Bulldozer finds a cluster of infantry, forcing a retreat there, getting some free kills. Panzer IV receiving repairs in the back will not be able to move to respond for some time. And I'm wondering why Emiya's fuel is so low. Because he's gone battle phase 3, so we're going to see tier 4 at some point. Again, with this commander loadout, he does have access to Tigers, but it doesn't look like he's going to choose assault support. So we're probably looking at Storm or joint operations. Captain's down to 1 man from that mortar barrage. Rifle squad over here on the left side was forced to retreat by these Grens. MG42 has taken control of the left side munitions.
Light artillery barrage ready to launch. Type 43 anti-tank guns are now available.
More BARs have been purchased on these riflemen down here, and a fresh squad of riflemen has been purchased. A fresh squad of assault engineers also going to hit the field. No tier 4 structure yet. I think he's got the fuel for it, he just hasn't built it. And he's floating 600 manpower. Okay, finally, he has chosen Joint Operations Doctrine and is going to throw up a Pack 43. Which you don't really expect against Oster. Bulldozer is done for. There it goes. M10 moves up behind the Panzer IV to try to take it out. It does get the first shot on the rear armor, brings the Panzer IV down to about half health, but with nothing available here to support. Don't know if it can win that engagement. All 3 of its shots have connected, but that Pack 43 just went poof and popped that M10 like a balloon. Captain's trying to move up to finish the job, but a light artillery barrage in the area. Oh! Both bazooka shots at max range connect because its rear armor was exposed. I didn't think that it was going to go down. I thought it was going to get away for sure. That captain managed to seal the deal, and it's a good thing he did. He really needed to trade effectively, losing his bulldozer and his M10 in that engagement. Just barely manages to take out that Panzer IV. Gonna have to do something about this Pack 43. We've also got an LEFH going up. He was floating 1,000 manpower earlier in this game, and now it's clear why. He wanted to build these 2 things, throwing up an artillery piece and a Pack 43 in the same game. I don't know if he's gonna experience much success with those without access to heavy tanks, Tigers, and so on. He may struggle, but he's gotten so many early squad wipes against the American player that this might be something he can afford. He's got a machine gun set up here to cover this approach, but it's at too close of a range. And those riflemen just walk right up and shoot at it. Ooh, LEFH bombards the area though, prompting a retreat from that rifle squad. And this one's simply going to wait over here for the barrage to come to an end. And the Grenadiers in the center will start taking control of that victory point. This rifle squad, again, taking control of the left side, will get that strategic point under control. A fresh squad of assault engineers is going to grab this munitions, and piles are making their way over there towards the left, and the right side is not really being harassed by either player. The right side VP is pretty much uncontested. Looks like a bulldozer's headed over there. Maybe he's going to capture it with the vehicle crew. And squads of infantry are reinforcing and healing here in the base. There was a demo charge over here at one point. I don't really know what happened there. I wonder if it wiped a squad. He still has a lot of infantry left, so I don't really know if it did or not. Bulldozer taking shots at those grenadiers will deter their advance. Apparently these riflemen have an LMG, so I feel like a squad probably got wiped over here. Grenade gets tossed on that machine gun, takes out 2 of them. Pack 43 still going strong, and the LEFH is available to fire again. Howitzer.
We fight bravely for the Reich. The enemy is down to... We are losing a sector.
Riflemen take control of the fuel point over here, and the artillery piece is firing at something. It's Captain. Oh, wow! That wasn't a wipe! That was perfectly on target. I can't believe that Captain survived that shot. What? That was a beautiful shot. Man, that artillery piece is garbage. How much did he pay for this piece of crap?
The enemy is taking
If that was an ML-20 shot, that would be like 10 dead Gren squads. That howitzer costs 600 manpower. It costs more than a B4? That is stupid. That is really dumb. I don't understand that at all. I can't believe that the B4 is cheaper than this thing. Come on. Come on. That is ridiculous. Well, Captain gets away somehow and is reinforcing here in the base. Bulldozer moves up on the right side to start firing on those grenadiers, push them away. U.S. forces map control is pretty good. Victory point's not that even. 75-point lead for the Oster. Maybe it's because the artillery field officer can like buff it and make it stronger. I don't actually really know what the artillery field officer does either. It gives it more range or something, I don't know. Assault engineers are making their way up towards the Pack 43 here. If something doesn't arrive to screen, like right now, he might just throw a demo charge right on there. We do have grenadiers trying to make something happen over here. Throwing down the rifle grenade. Oh, it's coming! Oh!
We have lost a pack.
Rifle grenade was not in time to stop the demo charge, and it detonates the demo charge and destroys the Pack 43. I almost wonder if the grenade did damage to the gun itself, because I didn't think a demo charge was sufficient to blow a Pack 43 up by itself. I think his grenade might have actually cost him his Pack 43 right there. So that was not good. Either way. I don't know the stats on the demo charge damage as opposed to the Pack 43's health.
Our opponents are seizing a sector. The enemy has destroyed an our lines of supply are disrupted.
Howitzer is firing on the victory point, I guess. That was a terrible shot. Doesn't do anything. It's got 2 kills. Trying to take control of some territory over here in the center. howitzer tank will try and maintain control over here on the right side. Probably needs to be deployed to get rid of that grenadier squad. Allied infantry swarming the map has a huge advantage right now. There's only 2 grenadier squads left, one reinforcing here in the base, the other one freshly deployed, trying to get some territory on the right, but that bulldozer is a pretty serious problem. But finally, Tier 4 has been constructed and a Panther is hitting the field. Once that Panther's done, not a whole lot the US Forces player has with which to deal with it. It should easily be able to deal with this bulldozer. M10s stand no chance against it. Panther's going to be a big win for the Osair. That's going to make its way to the front lines now, but he needs to get this triple cap situation dealt with. He still has 200 points to work with. Should be able to, as long as he can make a good play with that Panther. His AT gun's been cleared though, and the American player is aware of the Panther. Should really hunt down that damaged bulldozer, and he's doing exactly that. He lets the rifle squad get on his flank though, but it bounces anyway. I don't know why he's pulling back though. He needs the grenade bounce. Just get that bulldozer dealt with. That weird little maneuver is going to cost him that bulldozer kill in all likelihood. Over here on the left side, 2 squads will be forced to retreat by that grenadier and mortar. Should be able to get the left side VP. Panther really needs to go kill that bulldozer. What is it doing? Okay, whatever. M10 just got fielded to try and give him some firepower against that Panther, but alone, the M10's not going to be nearly enough. Bulldozer will continue to hang out over here on the right side. Good shooting? What are they shooting at? I missed it. Ooh, hitting the base. I think I got some kills there. Yeah, I got 1 kill. Got 1 kill. That dead guy is like a rifleman or something, I think. Apparently that was good shooting. Ooh, nice crush maneuver. AT grenade bounces once again. Those riflemen will be forced to retreat. Top mount machine gun and crush will prove too much to deal with. M10 gets a nice penetrating shot on the Panther at range. 2 penetrating shots, in fact. Panther misses its shot. Whoa! Needs to be careful. That M10's winning this engagement. 3 shots penetrating in a row on that Panther's frontal armor at close range. We could see an M10 solo this Panther. 4 shots in a row. He now has access to armor-piercing rounds. Whoa, okay. Okay, the stars did not align for 5 frontal penetrations in a row. Panther gets away by a hair. That M10 still has wriggle room, though, to chase. Bulldozer's moving up to soak up the damage. That M10 gets 1 shot off at long, 1 miracle shot off. Panther's wasting its shots on the bulldozer. There it is! He didn't even use armor-piercing rounds! 5 of 6 shots penetrate the frontal armor of a Panther from that M10. That is crazy. That is the worst Panther I've ever seen. I can't believe how unlucky he got right there. Granted, he could have microed the engagement better, but what the hell? That M10 has some serious firepower, apparently. Meanwhile, this LEFH was terrible. Pack 43 was okay, but exploded because it was undefended to a single demo charge. And the Panther went down to just horrible RNG. Didn't even need the armor-piercing rounds. I can't even believe that just happened. What a shame to be as Osair, make it to Tier 3 and get a Panzer IV, and Tier 4 and get out the Panther and lose it to 1 M10. 1 M10. Good game. Allies win.